What's up, guys? B-Rob here. Welcome to this week's Foods That Fight series. This one is on hypertension, also known as high blood pressure. I'll be right back. So welcome you back to this week's Foods That Fight series episode. This one is on hypertension, aka high blood pressure. So I really wanted to do this one because this one is actually important in my life because it affects a lot of people around me. So I wanted to make sure that I gave some information out there so that you can have this in order to be protected against hypertension, high blood pressure. So before I go any further, if you're new to the Foods That Fight series, please go back and look at the intro video. That should be popping up right about here. So that one will show you everything, it'll set you up for why I'm doing these episodes. And so I really enjoy this series, and hopefully they're very beneficial for you too. But that'll let you know why I'm doing it and how they're structured and things like that. Also, if you would go ahead and please subscribe to This Is B-Rob and click that little bell right there, what'll happen is you'll get notified every time I put out information. I don't only do the Foods That Fight series, I do a lot of other things too. I'm a certified life strategies coach and also a certified sports nutrition coach. So I give out other information too that could possibly help you along with your life, okay? So back to this one though. This one is on hypertension, aka high blood pressure. And so what is high blood pressure? So the American Heart Association defines high blood pressure as when the blood pressure or the force of blood pushing against the walls of your blood vessels is consistently too high. So they have ranges printed on the American Heart Association's website, and I'm not going to go through those right here in this video, but this is part of a blog at LEANWellonline.com. And so you can go to that blog, and that blog I have more information, some of what you're going to hear today, but I go into detail also on the foods and also this range that the American Heart Association has put out as the normal and high levels for blood pressure. All right, so please go check out the blog and you also see that. But on to hypertension and blood pressure. So there are two forces that are associated with blood pressure. One is the systolic blood pressure, which is that top number. If you've ever had a blood pressure reading, that's that top number. And so basically what that pressure is that's the pressure when the blood is pumped out of the heart and into the arteries. Then the next one is diastolic pressure, which is that bottom number, and that's the pressure that's in your arteries when in between beats for your heart, okay? So that's what those two are. Now on to the foods. So I've chosen 3 foods that I eat, but these foods I've done research on, and basically these foods are foods that studies show may help you with your high blood pressure. And these foods happen to be very delicious, and they're very powerful. At least that's the information that has been done through the research and the studies that I've read. So these foods can be very powerful in helping you fight your hypertension, okay? So the first one is pistachios. So pistachios are a personal favorite of mine. These are some of my favorite snacking. There is a nut if you're not familiar with pistachios, and they're loaded with a lot of nutrients and antioxidants, and pistachios promote blood vessel health also. So the studies that I had used for this blog and what I'm using for the information for this video have shown that pistachios are beneficial for the reduction of systolic blood pressure, right? So that's the pressure, that's that top number. So that's the pressure when the blood pumps out of the heart into the arteries, okay? So pistachios will help lower that, or could help lower that. The next food is strawberries. So strawberries are not only delicious, that's one of my favorite. I call this is like one of the most versatile fruits that there is, right? Because you can put strawberries on a lot of things. They're used from everything from pies and cobblers to salads to eating them fresh or eating them with some Ready Whip on top as a low calorie diet or low calorie dessert. So strawberries are really good. Now, strawberries have a wide variety of other nutrients, but they have a lot of antioxidants and other health benefits. So one particular thing that strawberries have is they have a flavonoid that called fisetin. Fisetin has a lot of health benefits according to the studies that I read, and some of those include protecting against stress and inflammation. There's brain health. It protects against aging, and it's also been said to have some anti-cancer benefits. The next food is pomegranate. So pomegranate is another favorite of mine. So I've been on this pomegranate kick for probably about 6 months now. And pomegranate there's a lot of information out there as to this thing being like a superfruit. As a matter of fact, pomegranate is probably going to get its own video from me because it is just that good. It's one of those superfruits that seems like it can do every single thing, right? So it protects from free radicals, it thins the blood, it protects from arthritis, fights heart disease, fights prostate cancer, and there's a whole list of other things. One of the studies that I used for the blog and information for this video shows that 8 weeks of consumption of pomegranate juice can show beneficial effects on blood pressure. So it actually will lower blood pressure, okay? So those are the 3 foods that I've selected for this Foods to Fight series on high blood pressure. Hopefully this is some good information for you. If you want to read more as to how I eat these fruits or more details, these foods, and more details on each of these things to include high blood pressure, please read the blog at LEANWellOnline.com. And after you read the blog, please heart. There's a little heart button there on the website that you could click. That lets us know that you loved it, that you liked it and loved it and things like that. And please feel free to comment at LEANWellOnline.com for the blog too. There's a whole series of other blogs and all my Foods to Fight series. There's videos that are attached to the blogs there too. So please check all those out. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment to This is B-Rob. Thank you for tuning in. And please click that little bell. That way you'll get notified every time I have some good information coming out, okay? All right, thank you for tuning in. This is B-Rob.